has all forced many companies to look at the opportunity of what virtualization provides.
Right.
And so when we looked at those needs, we looked at what we wanted to do in the next release of System Center Essentials. We knew we had to add the ability to manage your virtualized environments right within the unified Essentials console.
Interesting.
And that's what we're delivering.
So even in these companies that we're calling mid-sized business, which is roughly 50 to 500 desktops and around 30 servers, they're seeing value in virtualizing that environment to cut costs and
absolutely.
That sort of thing?
Across all sizes of organizations, including medium-sized organizations, they all have the same challenges that even the largest enterprise in the world do. Everyone's concerned about the bottom line. Everyone's concerned about the cost and use of energy. Everyone wants to be able to do more with less. And so those same needs are found in medium-sized businesses, but what's different is that the experience the IT administrator in a medium-sized business needs to be able to easily, quickly, more efficiently manage their environments is where we deliver the unique value that's a part of the Essentials Unified Console.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm supposing, since we have it up on the monitor behind us, that we're going to be able to take a look at what's coming in 2010.
Absolutely.
And in addition to the virtualization stuff, maybe you could walk us through a little bit of some of the updates to the other management spaces that will be coming for 2010.
Sure, absolutely. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and look at the Essentials console here today. This is a production code. This is something we built the last couple of weeks in our builds labs. We're preparing for a public beta later this year.
Could
but
be a beta.
let me show you what we already have here today. So if you've used Essentials 2007 before, you'll notice that we had different spaces. We're kind of laid out like Outlook, where you can go into a different space to work on a different area of the product here.
Right.
I'm in the computer space, where you can work with computers. So in Essentials 2007, this was mostly physical computers.
That makes total sense, by the way, go into the computer space to work on computers.
Absolutely.
So I really don't have to ramp up on any new technology or terminology to use this product.
All about simplicity, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. But in 2010, in the computer space, you'll work with both physical and virtual computers.
Nice.
So what you'll notice right away in the computer space, in the overview page, we've broken out client management from server management. Because we recognize that most businesses think about how they manage or how they assess the health of or how they distribute updates differently between servers and clients.
Right.
So we've broken that out right away. So for instance, I'll scroll down here and show you the grid here, what we have for servers, and we can see that a couple servers are having issues. We have some updates that are in progress of being installed, and we're also managing some virtual machines here. Essentials 2010 will let you manage virtual server, Hyper-V, and if you're already using maybe VMware to do your virtualization platform, Essentials will let you basically import those virtual machines running on VMware and move those over to a Hyper-V server so you can have that unified management of virtual machine management within the Essentials product.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really nice feature.
So let me show you some other cool things here. So within Essentials here, we've got tasks that launch wizards to help guide through some really complex activities. Let me show you some that center around virtual machine management. In fact, let me just create a new virtual machine right from within the Essentials console here.
Okay.
So I'm going to launch this wizard. And the first thing it lets me do is basically kind of select the template that I will use to create this virtual machine. When I'm deploying a new computer and a virtual computer, I want to specify a couple of different parameters that are important. How much memory is going to be used, the amount of hard drive space, maybe what type of operating system is going to run on it. So let me just change a few things here. I want to deploy a new Windows Server 2003 operating system. I've got that Windows Server 2003 standard disk here in my library, so I'm going to select that to be used. I want this thing to be connected on the network, so let me just specify that it will be on the network when it gets online. And let's give it maybe just 512 megabytes of memory. This is a very small...
come on now. Pump that up.
This very small server. Well, that's what the power of virtualization lets you do, right? You can buy some really beefy hardware, maybe something with 16 or even 32 gigabytes of memory, and ride about 20 or even 30 virtual servers on that, and now you're getting much more utilization out of that hardware.
Okay.
So by having very fine control about what this virtual machine uses, I'm getting more value out of that physical investment that I've made.
Right.
So let me just continue on here. Now, the next screen lets me select, out of all of those computers in my environment that can host virtual machines, which one's recommended based upon those configuration I just chose for the virtual machine here.
So I don't have to figure that out in some way.
No, this is nice. Intelligent placement, figuring out exactly where this virtual machine should go. I've got just one virtual server here in my environment. This is running Hyper-V, so it's the one that's recommended. Actually, in this case, it's not recommended. And I'd have to look in to figure out why exactly it's not recommended here. But in this case, it's actually recommending that I change some of the settings. I think I've just exceeded the number of virtual machines I should have running on this one Hyper-V server here in my environment here. But anyways, the intelligent placement, it's right there. It's helping me make sure I don't do something that would affect all the other virtual machines that are already running on this Hyper-V server here.
Okay.
One of the other great wizards that we've built into the product is the ability to actually convert a physical computer to be a virtual server. So this is going to help me with that consolidation into a Hyper-V environment here.
So I suppose if I had a physical machine that I wanted to retire eventually, whether it's getting old, taking up too much space, using up power that I don't want to consume, I could take that, make a virtual server out of it, and then I could remove that physical machine.
Absolutely. So you can retire that old hardware and no longer worried about the care and feeding or the cost of running that older hardware as well.
Right. Okay.
Let me show you a couple other things that we've done within the Essentials 2010 product here. Let me drill into some of the inventory information we're displaying here. I'll just look at my All Computers view here, which will let me see some of that inventory information here. So just like in Essentials 2007, we're collecting hardware and software inventory, but we've made it even more easy for you to get that information right there at your fingertips. So here in the property sheet view here, we have information about the hardware on the computer. We also will show the installed software that's available on that computer as well. And then lastly, we'll also have information about virtual machines that may be running. So if this computer actually was a virtual machine itself, I could change the properties of that virtual machine right here in the property sheet within the computer space. So again, we really want to focus on, we have one unified console that we're using for Essentials management. I don't have to go shell out to 2 or 3 or 4 different tools just to be able to do my job, which saves me a lot of time.
Excellent. That's nice.
Also in the computer space, we made some improvements in how you work with the user interface, how you find different tasks. In Essentials 2007, we had a lot of tasks that help you do very similar different things. And what we're able to do now in 2010 is group those tasks. So if I want to display some different settings or information about a computer, I go to the Display tab, and then I can select just the right task that I want to run on that remote computer. Again, helping me find the task as quickly as possible, saving me time in the end.
That's very helpful.
In the update space, we continue to use the Microsoft Update Catalog to be able to find and distribute needed updates. We, of course, continue to have the partner integration, so you can distribute updates for third parties like HP and Dell hardware, updates for Adobe, keeping Acrobat up to date and things like that, as well as Flash. In the software space, we've made improvements for how you can distribute packages so that you can have applicability rules to make sure that software package only attempts to be installed on computers that meet the requirements for that application. And then we've also improved just a general overall administration of the product, allowing you to more easily set the product up so that it can be quickly installed in your environment, up and running, and then keep it healthy so that you never have to worry about, is my management tool healthy?
Okay, yeah, so not a lot of management tasks involved with keeping it up and running.
Absolutely.
You hate to manage your management server.
Yeah, I mean, no, we really want Essentials to be self-managing, self-tuning, keeping it up to date, keeping it nice and light. In the monitoring space of the product, where you get to have that rich monitoring capability delivered via Operations Manager management packs, we've had some targeted improvements there as well. One of the neat things we've done with Essentials 2010 is we've actually made it a cool capability so that you can detect which management packs are needed in your environment.
Oh,
so
nice.
that you can monitor just the applications that you have.
Because right now it just ships with a certain core set of management packs, and then you would have to actually go out to the website and manually obtain new ones and import if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So in Essentials 2007, we imported 78 management packs during setup. It took a little bit of time to get those all imported.
Right.
And maybe you didn't have those applications in your environment. It didn't really hurt anything, but it really was kind of excessive and unnecessary.
Okay.
With 2010, we had the ability to go scan Active Directory. We find what applications you have installed. Maybe it's a version of Exchange you have, SharePoint, or Active Directory. And we'll recommend you import just the management packs that you need to monitor those applications.
Okay. Yeah.
As new applications are installed into your environment, or new management packs become available to monitor those applications, Essentials will notify you about that as well, so you can always keep up to date with the latest monitoring capability from Microsoft.
Okay, very nice.
So that's kind of just a roundabout demonstration of the product that is. We still have a lot of work we're going to do over the next year. We have even some more features we're planning to get in. We're really looking forward to getting everyone's feedback on the product. We really hope that many people download and evaluate the beta that we'll have out late this summer.
Okay, great. Thanks, Dustin. And to that end, I would just recommend that folks stay tuned to the Microsoft.com/SCE homepage, which is for System Center Essentials. And then once we know when the beta is coming out, they'll actually be able to sign up so that they can be notified to go and download that public
Yeah,
beta.
absolutely. That's the best way to do it.
Okay.
Sign up through our website. You'll be notified when the beta comes out. You can download it and get it installed immediately and start using it. It'll be great.
Fantastic.